I remember when I started, I had maybe 10 times less the money invested, and I was 10 times more worried about it. I needed a bit more than just the YouTube video to feel confident with my investment strategies.
And what would you say to someone who hesitates to join the coaching program?
Don't hesitate. The value you get is, to me, is more than the value I paid. So this is almost no-brainer to me. What you have learned in, I don't know how many years you give us in 3 months. It's something very precious to some people that want to have a shortcut and don't want to spend 10 years studying books. It's a huge shortcut.
All right. Thank you, Charles, for accepting this interview.
My pleasure.
Could you just take a minute to introduce yourself, please?
Okay, so I'm Charles. I'm 31 years old. I work in finance, in trading. That's about it for me.
So you joined us 3 months ago. What was your situation? What was your problem at the time?
I mean, I wouldn't say it was a problem. It's just that, while working with the markets on the commodity sides, every day I see stuff, I understand why the market moves on the stuff I'm covering. And obviously, at some point, I want to invest for myself. And when I'm at this stage, I don't know what to do. So I'm really lost. And I have some questions that comes up to my mind, but probably the wrong ones at the time. I think this is probably due to my background and being like a logical thinking guy. I needed a recipe, either it's just do this first, then think of this secondly, then and then you can invest. And I always felt that I could not really invest some money in some stuff that I don't understand, and I did it just for fun with a little amount, and ended up I don't know, I don't recall if I lost or gained, but I didn't make anything. I didn't learn much either. So I was like, yeah, I should start understanding how this thing works. But it's not due to a lack of, I would say, knowledge, because I've done a master in investment, so I'm supposed to know this kind of stuff, but it's so different to see it with a student eye and see it in now, and it's very different. What I can say is that I was lacking the link between the theory that I understood at university and the real world that is actually why I'm learning the theory. It's to understand the real world, but I was lacking this link. And so I think, this was my main problem, if we would want.
The practical examples of applying the theory to real world companies. How do you analyze the balance sheet?
Exactly. And how do you build on wealth throughout the years with your knowledge of investing? Because to me, I don't. I'm not starting from scratch, but still, I don't know. I have no clue how to do it, and this was really puzzling to me, because even I was seeing some colleagues that are much more aware of this stuff than I was. To be honest, at the time, when I tried a bit to buy some shares, I basically looked at what went down most and hoped that this will be the one that will go back up. So it was everything but logical, but I did not have any weapon to tackle this problem. To try to understand logically the things. So the only thing I had was, as I told you earlier, like emotions, which is not rational, and that's what I based my first investment in. And I understand it now, but I had no clue at the time. Basing everything on emotion, then at some point, as soon as you lose a bit of money on this, then you get out, because you're scared that you don't even have a thesis to defend. So then you just get out and lose money. So this is pretty much what happened to me, and I kind of didn't want to invest anymore. Maybe not like said forever I will never invest, but I was like, okay, and this stuff is not for me. I don't understand how this works. Just look at your commodity that you understand, look at your gas, and that's it. And I think like I was on YouTube, and I don't know. I don't know why I started looking in investment stuff. It's probably because of some colleagues that gained some money on some stuff, and I thought I was again missing out. So I just started to look at some videos online, and I found few value guys like you. I don't think you were the first one I found, And then, yeah, I heard about the way you presented your formation and how to say formation in English?
The training, the teaching.
Training, yeah, training program. And it was really on the angle of a framework of, like the recipe. That's basically, this is what the kind of stuff I was looking for, So after a few times hearing you, we spoke, and I think we kind of have the same logical mindset, and the way you explain stuff is really like talking to me, So I guess that's why I joined that course. That's probably another question that you will have later, but
yeah. The obvious question is why did you choose this coaching program instead of another one? But how do you say it clicks with your rational brain?
Exactly, and I don't need to often when I make decision. Okay, it's good to see what your options are, but if there is something that clicks to me and I straight away understand it, I mean, why would I look for so many other courses elsewhere? Probably there are some, maybe better, maybe worse, but at the end of the day, I'm happy with going with you because I understand your language, and that's enough for me to take the decision to go for these ones. The way I really think about stuff is the way you present your thesis, whether it's on the one on YouTube. Even I didn't have to wait until we spoke together to understand that I really like the way you present stuff. And I was watching every single video that you came up with, but at the time, still I was feeling that I was starting to understand stuff, but I don't know, having the possibility to speak to you first, because for me, you are a YouTube person, you barely exist, it's you're fictional. Then straight away we spoke, and oh my god, this guy is real, and I needed a bit more than just the YouTube video to feel confident with my investment strategies, because I can ask you anything, and being able to speak with somebody that has the knowledge clearly, I think that's extremely valuable to me, at least.
And you've been a very good student because of your rational brain. Automatically, what you wanted was a framework: step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. How
Exactly.
do you avoid the bad ideas? A clear checklist, so you don't get confused with all the noise. You know what to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you buy, you sell, etc.
That's exactly what I was lacking, and funny enough, I don't think I knew that I was lacking this at the time. I'm saying it now, but probably looking back, I'm not even sure, because I don't know. I was I don't know, maybe hoping that somebody, if I pay someone, they will tell me what to invest in, and the next Tesla or the next Palantir or I don't know what, And now I would hate that, I would just say, go away from me, please.
Yeah. Did I tell you the things to buy? Did I tell you the next Tesla?
Well,
is this what we do?
Exactly, that's what I like now. It's because you didn't do that, and probably it's probably what I was looking for at first. Very first, maybe second of the call. That's what I thought. Oh, this guy is going to tell me what to invest in. And thank God you didn't do that, because not only I wouldn't have learned anything for myself, and also, this is, you don't have crystal ball, and nobody has. Even me, I say to my clients on the gas. So why would I expect other people to say, So I think that's really good about the training, is that you focus on giving us the tools and rational tools to be able to think by ourselves. The combination between the video from YouTube that sometimes I was still watching, even being in the coaching program, and obviously the video of the platform with the more theoretical stuff, and the calls, like the combination of the three, I was seeing that throughout the sessions, I was building some knowledge. Suddenly, there's a lot of questions that comes to my mind if I'm putting myself in the shoe of somebody that owns a business and that wants this business to succeed. So straight away you ask yourself some questions that are the good question to ask when you look at an investment.
Yeah, everything about mindset. I mean, your transformation is great because you went from emotional investing, gambling because the stock is down, you bet on the rebound for some reason because a friend told you so.
Yeah.
So you went from this stage to now investing rationally with a clear framework. You know what you own. You don't invest in a lottery ticket. You invest in a partial ownership of a business, a real business that has employees, that is generating value to the world. The transformation is huge, actually.
Yeah, it's huge, and it did not take much actually.
And what would you say to someone who hesitates to join the coaching program?
Don't hesitate. No, I would say, well, you need to know why you hesitate. Really think about where you're at. Do you invest? And if yes, how? And do you need to have more rational in your investment? And if yes, then you should probably join the group, because that's the main stuff I gain from it, a rational understanding why I would invest in something and why the price is there, and what the market is pricing, like all of this, how much the market is willing to pay for this sector or this business, and understanding that everything works by sectors, by P ratios and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you need like rational in your thinking, I think that would be a good training to get, honestly. The value you get is, to me, is more than the value I paid. So, I often take my decision like this: how much do I risk? How much do I get? And this is almost no-brainer to me. So, if you're after,
A guru.
or a guru, do not join.
Yeah, to anyone watching this video, if you want the next Palantir, if you want to join a guru, please don't book a call. We are here to give you the tools, and tell you how to fish. We'll not give you.
And it's much more interesting. In the end of the day, it's probably much more value in knowing how to find a good stock than knowing the next Palantir, honestly.
Yeah.
Because now that what I know, I will continue. I know what to learn now. I know what to learn, and I have now 20, 30, 40 years to capitalize on what you taught me. So I have all this time now that I can monetize. So the cost of the training in 40 years, if I cannot manage to get back the money, it's really that I'm really bad. I remember when I started, I had maybe 10 times less the money invested, and I was 10 times more worried about it. I mean, that's what I mean. It's knowing what you own, knowing why you own it, and having a thesis, having this framework and this mindset. It helps me staying invested. This, I think, was one of my biggest, how do you say, when you miss of opportunity, some
Opportunity cost,
exactly. Because you miss out on so much when you react only by emotions and you don't know why stuff are moving.
Yeah, and you invest for the very long term. I mean, when you joined, you had spare cash and you wanted to invest. Yeah, like I want new ideas to fill my portfolio with great ideas. This is what you told me at the beginning. And now you have invested this cash and you invested in companies and you get more confidence. So if there will always be something, conflicts, geopolitical stuff, macro events, inflation, etc. But now, even if the stock market closes for 5 years, we'll be fine. You know what you own.
Exactly. That's what I love, and having a part of a portfolio that you understand and you own for real, I think it's amazing. It's really, I love it.
I find it very fun and fulfilling to be part of the journey with management teams. And and if you are a curious person, it's very interesting. I mean, you learn a lot of stuff when you study companies. You listen to management. You learn about new industries. You talked about Lululemon. Okay, what is happening in this industry? What have been the trends in this industry? I mean, if you are curious, this is an infinite game with infinite amount of information.
I fully agree on this.
And would you recommend this coaching program? And if so, why? And to whom? Any profile in particular?
Well, obviously, it's easy to say that I will recommend it to somebody with my profile. That's pretty sure. I think it's a perfect fit, as we said earlier. I would recommend this program for sure to any of my friends or even my colleagues. This is the kind of stuff that they could understand really. Then, and it's very funny because before having this program, I was maybe playing with stocks and I was like the dumb one in the group, that just made some money or lost some money. It didn't really know why. And now people, they're listening to me when I speak about my stocks and why do I own it. And they're really thinking, oh, this guy, something changed, you know.
Something has changed with this guy that knows too much about some niche
businesses.
businesses.
He doesn't speak the same language now, but it's I clearly don't speak about stuff the same way I spoke about it 3 months ago. It's a drastic change.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else you want to share with the audience on YouTube?
Well, not sure. I think, well, thank you for the algorithm to have put me into contact with you. Honestly, like it was a good match, very good match. And after the first video you did, and I saw, I subscribed to the channel. I don't do that often because I don't like to have many notifications, but I did it quite fast with yours, and then I found out the program. So I was very happy to see you in real life and being able to take advantage of all your knowledge, because basically that's what you give us, what you have learned in I don't know how many years you give us in 3 months. So it's always nice to take from this kind of person, you know. So thank you very much for sharing your knowledge, because it's something very precious to some people that want to have a shortcut and don't want to spend 10 years studying books, and it's a huge shortcut.